Everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge Podcast. My name's Josh. Thanks for joining me. I am finally back from vacation, and I've got a full lid. Lots of stuff has gone down over the last couple of weeks that I haven't gotten to, but it's like small tidbits of things going on. We're going to talk about Alannah from Australia, who was drugging her baby and has been finally arrested, which is great news. Talk about Bonnie Hoellein taking money from Shari by posting her book and taking a cut. Un-effing believable. We're also going to talk about this creator named Allie Rae, who has been in a NICU hospital and has been doing some crazy shit. Okay, unbelievable what's happening in the world of social media right now. Plus more, let's talk about it. Well, I finally finished reading Shari's book, and I have a lot to say, like I always have. I read it. It took me about 3 sit-downs to fully listen to the whole thing. Very well written, and as I was totally right the first time, a lot of people were like, no, Shari wrote the whole book. Shari didn't write this book. It was written by a very, very, very good author who's very good at what she does. It's not a ghostwriter, but Shari thanks her at the end of the book, and I just want to give credit where credit is due. Because a lot, I mean, the book is so well done that there's credit that needs to be done. So Shari will sit down with this author and flesh out the ideas, and the author gets to write it down. That's what. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's so well done. And so I just wanted to give credit where credit is due. The book is very good. I thank Shari for putting it out there for everybody to see. Because in every snark forum on Reddit, okay, it doesn't matter. Whichever person is exploiting their child, and there's a snark thread about them, people are showing this book in those snark threads. Okay, and we know that creators read their snark threads. They all do. The creators know this book exists. They wish it didn't. But Bonnie is happy it did, because Bonnie made damn money off this book. The audacity of Bonnie Hoellein. Look here. Bonnie's earning commission on Shari's book. She posts a link to the book under her vlog about the book as an Amazon affiliate link. Says featured by Bonnie Hoellein, earns commissions. So Bonnie does a video, which, by the way, has 200,000 plus views on it, and it's the only reason Bonnie did this video was because it did what it did in the numbers for her. She didn't do it out of the kindness of her heart. That's for damn sure. We all know that, because Bonnie has a heart as black as coal. Bonnie's a disgusting piece of garbage too. Bonnie knows that Shari's calling out all family vlogging and says in the book, this is her own flesh and blood. It says there is no moral right to family vlogging. There's no way you can do it properly. And I've been saying that for years. Obviously, we all know that to be true because that's just common sense, right? But Bonnie, in the face of all that, just pushes back, posts an argument with her and her beta husband about how Shari's ruining their life and commenting and calling them out and everything else. And then she does this video like a total douchebag. 215,000 views compared to 32,000, 55,000, 90 for a Christmas special. Like, Bonnie's channel is all intents and purposes dead. It's dead. She probably lost a shit ton of subscribers for doing this video too. And she's been on a massive deleting spree, deleting any comment that doesn't sniff her farts, okay? Like, just doesn't. She lives in a bubble, and that's fine. If you're a creator, you want to live in a bubble, okay, whatever, right? But like, you can't lie about the downvotes. That's for sure. If she was smart, she would have disabled the downvotes, but she wouldn't have gotten much engagement, which is why she's just a greedy bastard. She's so damn greedy. It's craziness. So she has 7.8 thousand downvotes to 6.5 thousand upvotes. She's been destroyed. And that's called a ratio, and that's a big one. More than half the people downvoted. But if you go through her comments, curiously enough, you don't see a lot of hate comments because she deletes them all. You can't delete downvotes, though. And you also can't hide what your family says about you. Because this is what Chad says. Did you know that Bonnie's earning commissions from Shari's book on Amazon? And yeah, it effing pisses us off. So pathetic. This is Chad, Franke, saying, yeah, it pisses us off. So pathetic. This is their blood, flesh and blood. And curiously enough, in the book, when Shari was talking about wanting to get away from the house, none of these aunts are ever mentioned. They don't have a good relationship. They have never had a good relationship. But yet it didn't stop Bonnie from getting out there and being like, we did everything we could. We did it. He didn't do shit. And it's even more evident now that they didn't do anything at all. especially Bonnie and her husband. They didn't do anything. They weren't even connected. But then get on a video and say that, hey, look, we've been estranged from them for a long time. We don't know this was going on. But no, instead she said, no, we fought for them. We called the police. We were there hand in hand fighting with them. And they weren't. She lied about that too. And now she's in Florida thinking she can escape all this, taking her kids out of school and still exploiting them every single day of their lives. Even though she knows it's wrong, her own flesh and blood says it's wrong. And that's the experience that she lived. You think Bonnie's going to have kids? As soon as her kids turn 18, they're out too. Okay, they're not going to be around. Bonnie is a disgusting piece of garbage. Okay, there's even more videos that people have found in her past that we're trying to compile right now. I did the video on the ear piercing and she took it down. Why'd you take it down, Bonnie? Why'd you take it down? I thought you're so proud of your stuff. No, Bonnie knows that she's just like Ruby, and there's hundreds and hundreds of videos that prove it, and now she's gonna probably go on a deleting spree. See, look, she gets almost no views. She's posting almost daily too. Like it's like she heard what Shari said because she read the book. And instead of making the changes she knows she needs to make because Shari's telling her, you're hurting your kids, you're abusing your kids, you're exploiting your kids, she doubles down and literally goes on a freaking uploading spree, like every 3 days now, more than she ever has before. Because she knows her channel is a dying star and she's trying to milk it for all it's worth, and in the process is exploiting her children by milking them for all they're worth. That sounds weird, but that's what she's doing. Okay? And in the process, again, tagged Shari's book, got probably thousands of sales that she made money off of Shari's book. Bonnie, give that money to Shari. How about that, hey? Give her the few $100 you made, give it to Shari. Because you're a disgusting trash pile. But let's take a look at her, if her channel actually did take a hit. A really good month for YouTubers, November, December. January is definitely a lesser month because that's just how it works. And so, like, let's take a look here. Look at her views. Down 3.9 million. She's got 3.4 million. She's still making good money, don't get me wrong. But don't forget, that's because December was a big month for a lot of people. Plus, she took 200,000 views when she talked about Shari's book because she's a greedy disgustoid. Look at this. No subscribers in an entire year on a channel with 1.4 million subscribers. This woman hasn't made a subscriber. Down. Zeros. Look at this. Zero growth. Down 10,000 in the blast. And she's lost, if not 10,000, probably more like 30 to 40,000 subscribers in the past year because nobody wants to watch her. She's been, look at this. Have you ever seen a channel with 1 million subscribers take May to September to get 10,000 subscribers? That's bananas. She's dying and she knows it, but she makes good money doing it. 882 million long views. She's deleted a bunch of views though. Let's see. Yeah, she deleted 723,000 views. Then she deleted another 3.2 million views. SpaghettiOs. She's going back through her stuff or hiring someone to do it to say, look, find the videos that make me look like my sister and we'll delete them. That's what she's doing. She's on a deleting spree right now. And again, that's why her channel's dying, because when you start deleting all your videos and you start like turning off comments, you start deleting comments and you get massively downvoted. And I know everybody's like, don't downvote because you give them engagement when you downvote. And I tend to agree. But if every video is getting downvoted, then it's not good. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Doherty doesn't. This happened to Doherty doesn't. So if you're getting ratioed in almost every video, your videos are going to be taken out of the algorithm and not suggested to anybody anymore. That's the like, you might get an uptick in views for that certain video, but overall it hurts your channel. If every video you're getting ratioed, it means that you're saying to YouTube, I don't like this, and YouTube's okay, no problem. We won't suggest this to you anymore. We'll suggest it less. That's what's happening here. So downvoting en masse is effective. Downvoting just here or there because you don't like it, that's engagement. It's true. So every one of her videos has to be downvoted in order for it to be a big impact. That downvoting impact on that Shari video, you know Bonnie is seething when she's looking at that ratio in the back end. She's seething from her back end, her BBL. Just hates that she's getting ratioed and all this. And you know what the thing is? She's going to completely blame Shari. She's going to blame everybody else but herself for doing the thing that Shari said is wrong because Shari lived it. Again, we can see who Bonnie is as a parent in all of her videos, and it's so clearly evident she's like Ruby or worse. And so Bonnie doesn't want that stuff out there. But Bonnie's channel is dying. Thank the Lord. Thank Joseph Smith on high, or in hell, because that's where chomos go. Joseph Smith, if you didn't know, was killed because he was a chomo. Just don't know if you knew. Married a bunch of 14-year-old girls. Joseph Smith, yes, the one and only founder of the Mormon Church, literally a chomo, and they celebrate him. Just,
are you sure, Ruby? I silently questioned. The preposterous notion that she had been trapped, helpless to escape the nightmare she had willingly perpetuated, was an insult to the court and to the world.
So Shari's talking here in the clip about how Ruby went to the court, and Shari doesn't think the judge was buying the apologetics and everything else. Like, I'm so sorry, I'm so thankful to all the police officers that I held. Like, that was so disgusting. You tortured your children, okay? Like, you can't be like, thanks, police, for helping me find my way. And it might work in Utah because she's Mormon, and I bet you these judges and all these people are Mormon. I bet you the prosecutors are Mormon. Like, Mormons, when they're accused of crimes, should be tried outside of their state, outside of the Mormon influence, because damn, the Mormon influence in Utah is massive, and it goes all the way up to the lawmakers. And we know that, right to the freaking governors, senators, they're Mormon. That's just the way it is, because the damn state is Mormon. Should just be called Mormonville. So anyway, she was saying that she didn't think the judge was going to go for that, and I agree with that.
Radiance. A beautiful, God-fearing American family turning their rags into riches on YouTube, only to be wrenched apart in a dramatic turn of events featuring demon possession, doomsday prepper cults with lesbian undertones.
That was pretty funny. She's just talking about how the Mormon Church, and this was what really bothers me about this book about Shari. And I'm just going to be honest with you guys because I think you're owed it. Shari was hurt by the church in massive ways, okay? So this Derek guy was high up in the church, or so she says, probably named him. A lot of people are thinking it's her principal and all this kind of stuff. It's kind of weird, some of the relationships that we have seen Shari have over the years, and that's only Ruby's fault for putting it on the internet. But basically, she went to her bishop and told the bishop what happened with this adult male, and in turn, she lost her temple recommend. If you don't know what a temple recommend in the Mormon Church is, it's basically like your club card. It's like your subway card. You can get in to all the events going on inside of the church, all the secret Mormon. It's crazy how much secrecy is inside the Mormon Church, and it's supposed to be like, we're godly. Are you? Because there's too much secrecy. That's really weird. You know what else is secret? Cults. Just so you are. Anyway, it upsets me because the church doesn't punish the guy. I mean, maybe later he gets punished, but at the time, she goes to the bishop. She says to the bishop, this is what happened. Bishop's like, well, we're going to take a look at this. And she's like, look, he did it to me. I feel like I was this and that. I feel like I was coerced into this. And he's like, okay, well, we're going to take a look at it. And she comes back after they take a look at it all, and she loses her temple recommend, and he gets nothing. He's just good to go. And the audacity of this church, because obviously they did, but they didn't care. They didn't take into obviously she's 18, so it's legal. Let's be real. Let's start there. What Shari was engaging in was legal. It wasn't immoral. Yes. Illegal. No. And so the church is like, well, the Mormon Church doesn't give a shit that there's young girls and older gentlemen. That's literally the church. That's like what they want. They want young girls to get married young, have a ton of babies, and to live in a patriarchal society. That's exactly what they want. So this is normal. They're like, well, I don't understand. What's not normal was that Derek is married. And I don't know if he's still married today, but his wife clearly knows. So a lot of people are upset, like, put Derek in jail and all this. Like, why? She's 18. She was allowed to do what she wanted to do. She was doing this. Again, the power dynamic exists in this scenario, and I think that she's a victim in that sense, where she went to him for help, and then he took advantage of her, and he understood everything about her because she's been online and shared all her thoughts and feelings, and he took advantage of that. Yes. Illegal, no. Immoral, yes. Let's make sure I say all that. But the church punishes her for being with a married dude, but doesn't punish him for being with a teenager? So weird. And what pisses me off the most about this, especially with Shari, is that she still like applauds the church and is like, the church is gay. This should have been a moment in Shari's life where the scales fell off her eyes and she woke up to the cult-like craziness that the Mormon Church is. She was wronged in so many ways, but she still has that guilt complex that her mother groomed into her, and so you can't really blame her. she feels like if she stands with the church, that she's being good and like this and that, she wants to please the church, she wants to please the abuser still, and she doesn't see it. And I hope someday she wakes up to that, because her whole life was pleasing her abuser to just survive. And the church has now become her abuser, and she's still trying to please the church. Really weird to me, if you think. I didn't like that part of this. She had a chance to wake up, and maybe she still will. But the Mormon church completely failed her, and probably thousands, if not millions, of other women just like this, who have been taken advantage of by higher ups in the church, and they just keep it quiet because it's best for them to do that. This could have been a moment she called out the church, and she sort of did. She did. But in the end, she still is now with another bishop. She likes this one better and all that. It's like, it really blew my mind. That would, she's such a smart, talented, very aware girl. And except for this one thing, where she doesn't see the power abuse and the power dynamic and the abuse that she was suffering on her mother is the exact same thing the church was doing to her. And she still fell into it. It's so dangerous. And the people that are reading this book are going to be influenced by that. And she had an opportunity here, and I think it was a missed opportunity.
How quickly have we, as a society, become numb to the struggles of others, our capacity for compassion, eroded by the sheer volume of human drama we're exposed to daily. We were just characters in a soap opera now, except the drama was real, and the consequences permanent. Our grief had been reduced to a mere commodity, packaged and sold, consumed and discarded.
Very well written. What she's saying here is that our lives are packaged for a commodity. We are like basically zoo animals. You get to watch it, and she's upset with the world at that, and rightly so, right? I think we all would agree that social media, and this, especially when it comes to children putting out their business, anybody's business. Like any influencer's like, take a daily walk in my life, and like I to some degrees, it is interesting what people's daily lives are like, and I understand that that's really cool, but not when it comes to children. Okay, not when it comes to, like, here's what we do today, and I'm going to expose my children. Shari's super upset that it's become a commodity, and it's a very, very, very big commodity. Like Bonnie Hoellein here, the only reason she has any money is because she's exploited her kids since birth. Right? She's done everything you're not supposed to do as a parent. There's no protection there, and she's super upset with people like me and other content and news. She was very, very, very sad when she went into the court, and she's like, I don't see any reporters, but they were all in the court because the judge allowed it. And I'm like, I get her pain and I understand it, but again, why children can never give consent to doing it, because they don't know that this could be the outcome of their lives. This could be something that happens. They could say something or do something, and this could be the outcome. So, I get it. Shari's book is very good, and I think you guys should all go buy it. I think you should support her in that way, and not through Bonnie, obviously. Bonnie's an asshole. But this book is really, really, really well done, and the writer was so good. Like, again, Shari too, obviously. But credit all around to everybody who took part in this, because this is a big landmark. And a lot of people are alluding to this book when it comes to when they're fighting for children's rights, and they're thinking, look at this book. And this is like a pinnacle turning point, I think, in this fight. Although I don't think social media cares, because they're going to make billions off children and they won't stop. That's just the way it is. Very great stuff there. Appreciate it. But Bonnie, kiss everybody's ass. All right, next topic. So we talked a little while ago about Alena Harris, I think her name is, and the girl who was poisoning her baby to use it for social media clout, and it was absolutely disgusting. It's insane. She has now been arrested, and hopefully it's going to go to prison for the rest of her life. But take a look.
Harris family update. For those that don't know, allegedly Alannah has been giving Daisy stuff that makes her sick. She's now undergone 2 major brain surgeries. Apparently the nurses have done a toxicology report, and this is why this is all coming out now. Brock says that he had no idea that this was going on. Also read that the children are in Child Protective Services. Don't know how true that part is. Family members are speaking out. So as much as we do not want to believe this, I do believe that this actually happened. As sad as it is, can you just imagine what this poor innocent baby has been going through?
So, and this is under ABC.Australia. Influencer charged with torture, accused of giving her baby unauthorized medicine. Warning, this is trigger warning for sure. 34-year-old social media influencer has been accused of torturing her baby daughter, taking photos of her immense distress and pain to elicit donations. And social media clout and followers. I'll add that. She's also accused of defrauding donors of $60,000 via GoFundMe. The Queensland mother was arrested at Logan, south of Brisbane, on Thursday and charged with administering poison with intent to harm, making child exploitation material and fraud. See there? That's really important. Making child exploitation material. That doesn't necessarily mean SA and all that, but it definitely means that she's making the material for the internet to elicit donations and social media clout, which in turn turns into money and advertising and sponsorships and everything else. This is insane. This is what we're seeing. This is Micah Stauffer. This is Dr. Dozen. This is every single family vlogger that you watch or used to watch. They all do this on some level. They might not poison their kids. Well, Dr. Dozen with sugar. But they all have some kind of toxicity and cancerous behavior inside their families to get this stuff done. There's a Hi for Tessa is a channel coming out. I guess she's an author. She's writing a book or doing a movie or something like that about how she's contacted a lot of these kids. And a lot of these kids are like, I can't wait to get out of this. I've been taken advantage of my entire life, and I will never forgive my parents for doing this. That's what's going to happen to these parents, and they don't care. They really don't, because they're selfish twats. She was also charged with preparation to commit crimes with dangerous things. Here's her arrest. I think she knew they were coming. Or maybe no. She got camera. Look at all the cameras she has out there. And here's what I don't like about Australia, but at the same time, I kind of get it. She gets to be blurred out, and her name isn't posted all over the internet, except for here and certain news things. But the Australia does that because, like, we want a fair trial. But, like, she gets privacy, which, no thanks. You didn't give your baby privacy while you're doing that? You shouldn't either.
Just take a seat for us. We'll technically
I love Australian accents. Like, she's already super upset and crying. She knows the police she knows why they're here. Look at this, like, CPS lady for hello, good morning to you. Top of the morning. That's British. It's so weird. If you're going to go arrest somebody for what they did to their child, don't be all like, hi, how are you? I'd be like, bitch, sit down. You're going to jail.
So right now, you are under arrest for the administration of poison.
Mm-hmm.
Child.
What do you mean? And thank God there are people out there who get to see this and call it out. The dangerous part about the internet, especially as a criminal, is people are going to find your shit. Okay, that's because there are people who are going to hate you, and rightly so, for exploiting children to begin with. When somebody makes a mistake on the internet, especially one of these family vloggers, the amount of sleuthers that go out there to find every little tiny little intricate detail is astonishing. And it's good. It's a good thing when these kids who are exploited get their justice, but it never comes from the police. This shit doesn't happen. Again, police aren't at her door doing all this stuff unless the internet is taking its toll and doing its thing, generally. Right? Crazy. And it's crazy that it always has to come to this. And there are so many out there that are still going under the radar because, like, you got the Resilient Jenkins, which I'll do a video on soon. Insane that they still have their children. It's crazy to me.
You have the right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything, answer any questions, or make any statement unless you wish to do so.
I'm crying. Rot in jail for the rest of your life. Again, millstone around the neck. It's biblical. Right into the sea. I didn't do my morning routine first. I should have done that. They're just blanking out all the things that she's saying. I'm glad someone had to, I guess this is a Freedom of Information Act that they released this video. It's crazy that the government is allowed to be held accountable to a certain degree, right? They're like, okay, I want this freedom of information, I want this data, but they're like, well, first, let's blank out everything, so you can't really have any. So, isn't that crazy? But again, the trial is likely not going to be televised, but people are going to be over there. This is going to be covered. We will cover it here. Going to jail. There you go. We love to see it. We love to see child exploiters and people like this. This is like Ruby level bullshit. Like, this is a baby, though. Like a baby. That she hurt so bad and faked so bad the kid had to go under the knife and have brain surgery. We believe that this person we have charged has administered these drugs, this poison, to increase that person's social media profile and therefore obtaining financial benefit. Detective Inspector. Now, if this doesn't change the game as far as it comes to child exploitation, then nothing will. And I've been saying this for years. We're waiting for this type of stuff to happen. And when it does happen, no changes are made. How many more times does it have to happen before you make changes? What other horrors do we need to see before you guys start making changes? Social media platforms. You're allowing this to happen, even if it happens on a small scale. You're allowing it to happen by making this something that people want to do and making the money so damn good that people will do anything to get it. Police will allege The child would have become gravely ill and could have died if she had stayed on the accused care. Immense pain and distress. Police allege between August 6th and October 15th last year, the woman gave medicine to her 1-year-old daughter without medical approval. They allege the woman disregarded medical advice and went to lengths to obtain unauthorized medicines, which included old medications prescribed to another person in the home. You can see the wheelchair out there. It's alleged the woman took photos and videos of her child in immense pain and distress to entice monetary donations and online followers. Detective Inspector Dalton said police will allege the woman defrauded donors of $60,000. We've been dealing with GoFundMe, and I understand through my investigators they are making attempts to repay that money to the people who donated that money. Child suffered medical episode. Detective Inspector Dalton said the child was initially in hospital for genuine serious health reasons. I think it's important to note the hospital staff must be extremely distressed and anxious about what happened here, as they've done nothing wrong at all. Some people would say, well, when you go in for brain surgery, you should probably do toxicology. I'm not a nurse or a doctor, so I don't know. We'll be alleging the person who has done what she has done in defiance of medical opinion. Police allege the woman carefully concealed what she was doing until it was reported to police in October last year by medical staff at a hospital in Brisbane South, where the child was being treated. Detective Inspector Dalton said the child had suffered a medical episode. The experts have described the child would have been going through severe emotional and physical distress and harm. Dalton said police took immediate action after the hospital staff reported their concern to the child. They didn't take immediate action because she got arrested like last week and this was October. So is that immediate? Okay. He said a lot of other people have been investigated, but the only evidence we could establish the satisfaction of the court is the lady we've charged. It will be alleged tests for unauthorized medicines returned a positive result January 7th. So October to January, then again, immediate action now. A GoFundMe spokesperson said the company had been in close contact with police during the investigation. Proactive refunds are being issued to all donors as part of our ongoing... Who cares about the donors? You're dumb enough to give to influencers, you kind of deserve it. Don't give money to influencers. Stop it. Detective Inspector Dalton says there's no doubt the child was initially in hospital for genuine serious health reasons. But then she saw that it was giving her clout and stuff, and then she wanted to perpetuate it and make it worse. And so she kept doing it. That's... When you pay these people millions of dollars to exploit children on the internet, what do you think is going to happen? Look at some of these family vloggers, like, what are they called? I forget the name of the damn family right off the top of my head, but they're bad. Okay, but every time one of their children get hurt, there's like a 10-part series on a broken leg or a broken arm. Like, non-stop. We just did House of Hughes, right? And every time our kid gets hurt, it's a 3, 4, 5-part miniseries on our kid getting hurt. And those are what pay her the most money. And now she's out there with herpes all over her face saying that she's just taking a wheelchair away from her kid and not going to actually correct the area where her kid fell down the stairs. Right? We'll take a look at that this week as well. But this is what happens. When you pay people to put this stuff on the internet, what do you think is going to happen? Especially when they make all of their money off their children's distress and sicknesses and health issues. That's crazy. They're going to be incentivized to make sure that the health issues stay because that's how they make their money. Are you understanding? So when you see House of Hughes, when you see all these family vloggers when their kids get hurt all the time, and it seems to be like, yeah, your kids get hurt all the time. Do you think it's by design maybe? Could it be? Because if everything that you're doing is your kid getting hurt and those are your biggest videos, then you are incentivized for your kids to get hurt so you can make money. At the very minimum, social media platforms could take a big step and say, no more of that shit. If you want to, play Uno with your kids and have fun and go to Disney, cool. Sure. Soon as there's medical issues, we are deleting that. There's going to be a robust reporting. We don't want that shit on our platform because it incentivizes people to hurt their kids and make them sick. And it has, and it will, and it will continue to do so until social media stops. Okay, so thank God she's been arrested. That's a good ending, but it's, again, not unless it makes changes to social media, it really isn't going to do anything. And that kind of leads me into this next one about this influencer named Allie Rae. And some people are upset, and rightly so, with this Allie Rae lady. So this is I showed my wife this, and she was like, WTF face. And my wife is, again, she is a rooter of the underdog. My wife is very nice and she always looks for the silver lining or the good in people, even if they're bad. There are some that get her goat, but she's a nurse and she roots for the underdog, okay? She is one of those types of people. And when I showed her this, even she was like, what the F? Okay, so this is Allie unplugs her daughter's monitor to have the nurse bring her a drink. Listen to this.
Do it right now.
And she's doing it live on TikTok.
Tangled up, girl. I'm really tangled.
Watch. Look at me. Pah! I'm unplugging my daughter's life-saving devices so that I can get a nurse to come in here and grab me the water that's literally across the room. That's what she did. And she did it again, let me see if I can find it, to get a turkey sandwich. And like, nurses are there to support the child. The child is in NICU. If you want a sandwich, go buy a fucking sandwich down at the cafeteria. Okay? The nurse's job isn't to feed you. If you want a drink of water, I'm sure they'll bring you a drink of water. Okay? Because nurses have a lot to do. I don't know if you understand this, but nurses are there to save your child's life. To be there for life-saving. And so when you unplug your child from these devices that are monitoring oxygen levels and all this kind of stuff, do you know how fast a baby who was born prematurely can go downhill if those things aren't being monitored properly? Insane that this woman is out there. I think she's been deleted since then, but she's been outed by a lot of people. Let me see if we can find it. Here's the Allie Rae update. People are upset, and rightly so, but this guy's on his looking for her. And here's the update on Allie Rae. And again, this is the thing that bugs me the most. People like Hannah Byatt, or Hannah Hyatt, whatever. She goes to Hannah Byatt on the internet. All these people, they will eventually get more followers and subscribers, even though they're the worst type of person to exist. And that's what makes me the most mad about social media, is that people will follow them and hate watch them, and they will make money because of it. And then they are incentivized again to do more of it. Like Resilient Jenkins, like Adriel Sigler. Like all these assholes on the internet, they are incentivized when they create hate content to create more rage and hate content. We just came back from vacation. The dogs are like, don't leave us again. What you doing, Bumpies? Come on. Come say hi. Who's my baby girl? Who's my baby girl? Here's the update.
Okay. Video was up less than an hour and a half. I have an update thanks to a bunch of you that gave me a ton of information, and I couldn't have done it without you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to Alexandra Lindsay Hill.
Alexandra Lindsay Hill. White female charges. Oh, she's got theft. That's nice.
I was able to track down the hospital. I started in Canada because...
Why all these influencers have, like, criminal records? Crazy.
That was what was tagged in the video. My mistake. It was actually Webster, Texas. I got in touch with the hospital and actually got in touch with CPS. Here's the reference number. There is an active case being investigated. When I called the hospital, they said that they are on it. So they are going to be working with CPS to get this resolved. Ladies and gentlemen, it is not okay to do what these people are doing. And if you're defending this in the comments, you
are an asshole.
Are you the same kind of person? Are
yes.
You the same kind of person?
Yes. They attract their tribe. Yes, they're the same kind of person. People in Just Fam, people in Dr. Dozen comments are like, yeah, get mom. Do you really think that? And if so, that's because you're a shitty person. That's the thing. The tribe attracts the tribe. Trash attracts trash. These people think it's okay when they see people being abusive to their children. No, that's fine. You know, my mom beat me with a wooden stick. Ha ha. Okay. Like, they think it's fine, which is the scariest thing, which is why this shouldn't be on the internet, because they are influencing others to do it, and they're stupid enough to do it.
If you're defending this in the comments, it is not okay. Now, everybody, go out and be good human beings, have some humanity, and have the day you deserve.
So, this is what nurses deal with all the dang time. Yeah, I mean, we don't pay nurses enough, and nurses get paid pretty good. We don't pay them enough, though. They should be paid like baseball players and athletes. Not athletes, because nurses are better. Nurses literally will save your life. Okay? Nurses deserve all the things. And they have to deal with shit people like this all day long, every single day of the week. 12 hours a day, non-stop garbage. People who like would rather see their baby hurt so they can get a drink of water and like flex about it on the internet. Oh, I need a turkey sandwich. Can I do it? And like nurses came in. I can't find the video. I mean, I'm sure it's on here. Hold on. Does it again. Look at her, she's like, I hope the nurses panic because my child's dying.
No, you're fine. It's not an emergency.
Oh, nurse like, oh.
I just was gonna see if you could bring me a turkey sandwich. We'll do it right now.
I was just gonna see. If I was that nurse, I would be like, okay, well, you're fired from here. Because nurses have power. They can reach out to their managers and say, look, this woman is doing this serially. Like, she is unplugging this baby's life-saving monitors so we can serve her. Press the nurse call button. Face. Look, she did it again. And she just looks staring right into the camera like a serial killer. So weird to me. Take this baby away from this woman. She does not deserve this child. And I hope that's happening right now.
Because I do need my drinks.
Because I do need my drinks. And then she said, unplugs the baby pull socks for a turkey sandwich and then for drinks in the same room. The smug attitude didn't age well.
500,000 views.
500,000 views. She thinks that's a flex.
All it's going to do is bring more traction to my page and more money in my pocket, so.
Wow. Wow. So apparently someone in the comments says, Allie dated my ex and drove him to commit S. On top of that, she used his passing as a way to gain financial support. I have all the proof and receipts. Unfortunately, this is not shocking. Say what? And you can't read the comments. Connie Artist. Holy shit. It's the audacity of afterwards being like, see, 500,000 views, I'm getting paid. And this is the thing. This is why social media is such a cancer, especially for dumb, toxic people, because she thinks it's awesome. She thinks the hate is great because she's getting paid for it, which will incentivize other people. Resilient Jenkins is another cop. Doherty doesn't. These people are trash. And it inspires others to treat their kids like trash so they get paid on the internet. You not see a problem with this? So this creator, Connie Artist, which is Con Artist, I think, is keeping all the videos on the internet because I think she's deleted things. So people are saying she's doing something similar where she broke her own water so she could have a preemie baby. She wanted a preemie baby because a preemie baby is going to bring people to the yard to watch content. We got to stop, guys. We got to stop incentivizing this type of behavior. Like, oh, you had preemie baby? Well, we're going to give you more content. We're going to, like, more sponsorships will come in. If it's like the heart of the story is to hear, the more following and clout they get. Isn't that insane? Wow.
My job is to protect her as her mother, and that's what I plan to do.
Well, you're doing it wrong.
My job is to protect her.
So there's a video out there about her ex.
Hey guys, if you want to break your own water, let me show you how.
Wow. This is on TikTok. Let me show you how to break your own water. Are you out of your f***ing mind? Why the hell would you put a video out like this? And look, there are people here. I use castor oil, but would never have done it in 3 weeks. It was 39 weeks and I was trying not to have my son on his dad's birthday. Again, trash attracting trash. I was trying to break my water so that I wouldn't have my baby on my dad's birthday. Okay, what? Holy shit! What, is this for real? Does it even work? And so people,
This is how you break
people are asking, does this even work?
On water, okay? There you go. You're welcome.
You're disgusting.
I know. Would you all be less triggered if it was PB&J?
You're okay. She's gonna lose her child. You watch.
I'm learning, okay? I didn't know. I'm sorry that I called the nurse into the room and asked her if I could have a turkey sandwich.
That's not what you did! You crusty asshole. What you did was unplug your baby's life-saving monitoring systems so that a nurse would come in quicker instead of just pressing the nurse call button. You're not sorry. I just want a sandwich. No. The way you went about it was the thing that should be illegal, by the way, and you should lose your child for that.
And I didn't even know that I was allowed to go where the turkey sandwiches were. I didn't know if it was an employee-only area. I'm sorry, guys. I terribly apologize.
No, you don't. Terribly apologize.
For asking the nurse for a turkey sandwich. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that's what you should be. I'm sorry I asked for a turkey sandwich. That's what people are about, that you needed a turkey sandwich. That's what we're all upset about. Yeah. See, this is why these people shouldn't be on the internet. They don't give a shit about anybody. And then they say, so I'm sorry I want a turkey sandwich. Oh!
That was me calling her, Allison. That's literally what they said to do if I needed something. Good grief.
Who's they? Who's they? Man, I'd like to read the comments on that right now.
You guys act like I unplugged her oxygen or unplugged. They have call buttons for that. That's how they call. That is their call button.
No, it's not their call button, you f***ing dumbass.
No, they would not. Okay, I'm lying. You're right.
Oh my gosh. As a Marine and learning about Alex and what you did to him, you're a horrible human being. Her ex was a Marine and he committed suicide, and she used his death to profit, sell shirts, and no one had got anything, GoFundMe's and all that. Wow. This is perpetuated on the internet. These types of people become famous because you watch them. Instead of when something like this happens, TikTok and those places should take action and delete all of it. No, TikTok benefits from this. Anyway, I'm going to keep track of this whole story too, because that's actually insane. So, nothing good today, I guess. But these are the people that are perpetuated on the internet, and they are rewarded very, 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 very highly for it. Franke, who made millions and millions of dollars doing that to her children. And Bonnie Hoellein, who followed in her footsteps and still does to this day, can't learn a lesson. You've got Alena Harris out there in Australia who is benefiting from her daughter being sick and GoFundMe's and getting all the accolades, and you're such a good moms on the internet and comments and likes and hearts and follows. And so what does she do? She perpetuates the sickness because the baby was likely getting better and she couldn't have that. She had to perpetuate the sickness so she could make more money. And then you got someone like Rosalia Jenkins, and you got this Allie girl, and you got all these people out here acting fools, and people are just rewarding them. You got Hannah Hyatt out there who made more money after all the abuse allegations than she's ever made in her entire life, and just laughing about it. Guys, we've got to start mobilizing and figuring out how to lobby these social media platforms to start not letting kids on here anymore. Not the content about the kids. This has got to be a thing. I don't care what your kid is going through. I don't care if it's going to raise awareness. It's 1 in 10 million and you're raising awareness. I don't care. I don't care anymore. We got to stop incentivizing this type of behavior, because it's exactly what happens when you do it. It gets out of hand like this, and in a matter of days, we're seeing all this happen. Okay, days. Craziness. Stop it. Jeez. Everybody take a deep breath with me. Whoo, these butt cracks. Just a bunch of buttholes. I can't, like, I'm losing hope sometimes until something happens, and then like the lawmakers like, okay, well, let's figure this out. Man, I wish someone would run on this type of thing, but no one really cares, I guess, in the end. Like, we have a small niche part of the internet that sees this and understands it's wrong. When people wake up to it, when they see it and they are presented with the evidence and they think it's wrong, but it's not getting out to enough people. It's really not. Lawmakers aren't doing enough either. Just giving a kid 5% of the income if they're in 30% or more of the video doesn't do shit. It doesn't do anything, because parents will just put them in 27% of the video and not pay them a penny. It doesn't do anything. What? Gotta have teeth. You gotta be like, no more medical content about children on our social media platforms. We're done with it. Okay? Like, start there at the very minimum, and you will eliminate half these bullshit artists. Jeez, I'm so upset of this, man. Ugh. Sorry it wasn't a happier one. Hope you guys are having a good day, though. Vacation was good. I'll do story time on Monday or something. We'll talk about it. I got some treats I need to unlock here. Some people sent me some stuff. And lots to do. But this video went way longer than I thought. Appreciate you guys being here, and I will see you when I see you.